Hello, my lovely internet people. So today we are doing a part 2 of my college advice video where I give you some tips that I think are helpful and that I would have liked to know before I went into my freshman year of college. So we are going to continue with the rest of the tips. It'll probably be about the same length, maybe a little longer, maybe a little shorter, but I hope that you guys find these tips helpful, and yeah, let's get into it. So my first tip for this video is about school supplies. So in high school I had a binder for each class and it had a lot of stuff in it. It had a lot of papers and a lot of notebook, loose leaf paper, and a notebook, and it was a mess. So in college, I found you won't really need that because at least at my college, most of our assignments are online and you don't really get that many handouts. You'll mostly probably just need like a folder and a notebook. I'm gonna have one big notebook with a bunch of different like little dividers in it and then a bunch of folders, and I find that that works perfectly fine for me. So that's just something to think about because you're not gonna want to take a billion things with you every day anyway, so that's just something to think about to maybe help yourself consolidate things together. My next tip is to find the quickest way to class and to try and get there early every day. So in college you're going to be doing a lot of walking, and I think it shows a lot of responsibility if you get to your classes early as well. So I think it leaves a good impression on your teachers if you get there early every day, you get there at the same time, and I think it's good to find the quickest way too so that you can make sure that you're early. And walking is good for you, so if you don't want to find the quickest way, then that's okay, but I think that it's good to be around 15 minutes early, so yeah. My next tip is to have an umbrella. This goes along with the fact that you're walking a lot. You never know what the weather is going to be, so I have an umbrella in my car because I drive to school, and if the weather calls for it, then I'll just carry my umbrella with me. Just get one of the small ones that you can keep with you, and I think that that is a very good thing to have, and I've used it many, many times. It has come in very useful, so I think that is definitely a big tip that I have. My next tip is to walk as much as you can. Walking is really, really good for you, and you're probably going to be doing a lot of it anyway, as I've said a few times before this, so I think that it is a great way also to de-stress and a good thing for your mental health. So, bring some music or something and yeah, try and walk as much as you can. It's good to help you with your exercise, and yeah, good thing. My next tip is to bring food and don't forget to eat. This is really, really important because, eating is good for you. It's really, really important, and it can be easy to forget to eat in college because you're so busy, and I think it's super important that you always have something with you because you never know what's going to happen where you might not be able to get to where you usually eat at the normal time or whatever. So I think that it's really, really good. Always have something with you so that you don't forget and you don't get sick. My next tip is to become friends with your professors. Now this might sound weird. I don't mean to kiss up to them, but I mean try and get to know them, participate in class, talk to them after class, let them know what kind of person that you are, because I found that when I did that over the semester, my teachers were really forgiving if something happened and I couldn't get an assignment in or I couldn't be in class. So if you let your teachers know what kind of person that you are, show them that you're responsible, show them that you're a student who wants to be there, then your classes are just going to go better in general, and I think that that is something that helped me so much this semester, was the fact that I was close with my professors and they all thought that I was a good student because I was honest with them and I always talked to them, and so I think that that's a really important thing to start doing if you haven't done it already. And my last tip for part 2 is to not be afraid to reach out to teachers or your school psychologist or your upperclassmen. My school does have a little mental health counseling center, and I'm sure most colleges have that, so you can get really stressed out in college and it can be really easy for your mental health to kind of go under the weather, so I think it's really important to not suffer by yourself. I think you should definitely reach out to your teachers and reach out to the school psychologist and try and find ways to help you cope, because you shouldn't be suffering in college. College should be something that you want to do. No matter how much you might have been told by your family that you have to do it or whatever, I'm telling you that it should be something that you want to do and something that you enjoy, no matter what people have told you. So if you're struggling, no matter what your life has been like, you deserve to not struggle, so you should reach out to people. I know my teachers are really helpful with wanting to help people not be stressed, and at my school, I think this might have something to do with the fact that I'm going to school to be a music teacher, so all the upperclassmen are people who are about to start teaching, so they're very willing to help the underclassmen. And on the first day, I just had so many seniors coming up to me, introducing themselves, saying, like, you can come to me if you have any questions about the program, and like, it's so amazing because you don't really expect them to be doing that, because in high school, it's not like that at all. They're actually quite the opposite. So like, it's just really important. Reach out to the people who say that you can reach out to them, because I would not have gotten through that year if it hadn't been for these seniors who allowed me to reach out to them and allowed me to ask questions, because they were so helpful. And I think that it's really important to get to know your resources and put them to use. So I hope you guys enjoyed part 2 of this video. Leave your advice and your questions in the comments, and I will probably try and make another video of maybe a question and answer of advice for college. So please somehow get me your questions. It can be on Instagram, you can message me, you can text me. If you have my number, you can leave them in the comments, and I will try and answer as many as I can in a future advice video for college. So yeah, I hope that you guys are having a great day. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a nice